Alright, so you want to learn impact frames. This is really cool stuff, by the way. I love impact frames, so I'm here to kind of show you how to do them, different types, how I do them. That's why I have this pulled up right here. I'm in CapCut because like I can zoom in really far, but I'll just be showing this part. I'm just going to play through the whole bit right here, just to show you kind of how it's all going to look. So those were the impact frames that I have made up, right? So we have our whole scene here that like introduces it. Then you have this is kind of an impact frame. This is what's going to be called a pier frame. So you have your punch, right? So you have your punch, right? Your punch full black because that's where it lands. So your punch lands full black. Perspective switch. You're now at a side perspective. This is your impact. These is a shockwave. Super simple. Shockwave impact. Full black frame. Right, and so you have your hit, right? That's a punch, a powerful punch. Same thing happens. Hit, shockwave, backlighting. This is a really cool technique with this right here. With this, it helps out so much. Shockwave, impact, full black frame. There's your punch, extra little shockwave bits. Now this is where it gets a little interesting, right? This part is going to be really cool. So this is the main reason I'm explaining this, because it's easy to look at, kind of hard to understand. This is your point of interest, right? This is where your power is coming from. Lighting away from the point of interest. New point of interest, lighting away from the point of interest. Full silhouette frame kind of gets this introduced. Point of interest, lighting away from that, kind of like a power thing right there, right? New point of interest with the full washout and your silhouettes in there. Shockwave, point of interest where your power is about to come from. Last kind of power frame with your point of interest still right here. And then you have your single star at your point of interest. This is something that I kind of just made up on the spot. So you have your full frame, normal frame, full normal frame, back to impact frame with the punch, and where it's going to land. Full frame, punch, shockwave is kind of preliminary since he hasn't actually landed his hit yet, right? Here's our punch still, and then you have shockwaves, shockwave, punch. This is when it lands, is right here. Black frame, white frame, shockwave, punch, right? That's your actual hit. Black frame, white frame, lands, right? You have your whole bit, an extra one just to bring it up so you have where it came from, where it hits, a little bit of shock waving right there, and then he flies away, you know? So that's the whole thing. So altogether, it looks like this, and it looks really, really powerful. You have your first lighting, right? Your shockwave, then you just have these hits come in, doosh, just like that. See, so when you play it all together, it looks smooth. The next one that I'm going to be showing is not mine, but it has a really, really good grasp on these concepts and does it so much better. So I had to show it. So I'm going to play this whole bit for you real quick so you can see what's happening. Like, that's just so cool, right? So I'm going to go through this real quick. It uses very similar concepts, just much more refined. So you see the lines are a lot more thinner, a lot more put together. There's some backlit glow on there. But you have your point of interest, you're lighting away from your point of interest, like where your actual power is at, right? You have a new one right here. The lighting goes away from that with the backlit glow. It just looks so much nicer. Um, Then you have a washout frame um, with your points of interest here and here. This is your old one. You see it like there. See, this is right here. It's your old one. This is the start of the next one. Bam, there's your next one. And since they're on opposite sides and that's a washout, it kind of like emanates from the center. Then you have point of interest lighting away from that, right? This is where your old one was. They added some streaks here because that's kind of where it gives starting here. So they continued it here. Washout frame, power comes from center. And then you have your first actual frame lighting down, super bright center, and then it just continues from here. Just like that. And it just looks really, really, really clean. So you can use all of this stuff and make up your own stuff with your impact frames. But that's kind of a comprehensive assessment on impact frames, how I do them and how others have done them.